Well, greetings and salutations, my excellent friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it is Wednesday once more, and I thought I would show you the other side of the street. So once more, I've taken you to Gangnam, and this is Gangnam-dae-ro, right by the bus stops on Gangnam-dae-ro for today's walk and talk. And I'm outside exit number 5 of Gangnam Station, which I have shown you many times before, because I'm going to show you some of the restaurants on that side of the street now. Now, when I was here before, we did this in the evening, but today we're going to do this during the day. And I'm going to show you this right here, because this is something that when you come to Korea, you will see many of. And this is, of course, a Petit Baguette Cafe, or just the normal Petit Baguette. But what I like about it is that you can get an Americano. Here it says you can get it for 2,000 won up until 2 o'clock. But what's the cool thing about the Americano is that they have these fun cups. They turn off the back screen here. They have these fun cups with the 2 dots here, which are the eyes. So a lot of times in the winter, the paper sleeve will actually have clothes and different things, and they actually make it a face. But as you can see, it's so hot. And I've got a request to show you inside one of these stores before, so I'm going to go inside and see if I can do that without being kicked out. So a fairly small Petit Baguette. So coffee cakes, honey castellas. I haven't seen these before. Let me rephrase that. I haven't tried them before. I always think about chocolate. So mocha buns here. Strawberry season with all the different pastries. And of course the ubiquitous pizza hot dog croissant thingies. Lots of chocolate. My favorite, the coffee buns. I love these things. The garlic and cheese breads. A pretzel donut, chewy pizza bread. The sausage bread. Sausage soft baguette. It actually looks kind of tasty once they heat it back up. This is interesting. The long sausage bread. That is fairly interesting. Anyway, this is a great place to come if you're looking for a bite to eat. Now, I will say that these are not necessarily the cheapest places to eat, but really nice. So if you're meeting a friend, it's nice to go in there to have a cup of coffee. But we're gonna head down here and then around the corner and work our way around the back alley, because there are a few restaurants that I do go on this side of the street that I really enjoy. So along Gangnam-dae-ro, you get a lot of the big businesses here, and this is of course no exception. The See You Mega Formers, the Gymboree shop. It's Mega Formers. All right, let's get down to the fun stuff. Java City. And this is one thing that still really blows my mind in terms of business location. So right here, this corner, you have a great example. The corner, you have Java City Coffee, and then 2 doors down, I guess 3 doors down, you have the Coffee and 365. So 2 coffee shops right here, and then across the street we have Tom and Tom's, which is a huge coffee chain. If I was going to have a business, I would not do that. And then we have Mokate, another coffee shop. I don't understand. So this is of course around about 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's not going to be as packed. But along the street you have several restaurants. some of which are open for lunch, many are only open for dinner and later. But you get an idea of all the different kind of food. That looks actually looks good. A little seafood restaurant up there. Now recently this area has gotten a lot of press because actual food stalls in this area are illegal, and after 3 years the local government decided to forcibly evict the street stall folks, and that was caught on tape, and people are wondering, is that the correct image to sell this as an international tourist destination? I think the government handled it poorly, but essentially you have business owners squatting, not paying taxes, not willing to relocate. And the only reason why they were doing that is because in the past the government did nothing. Oh, Blossom, I've never seen this cafe before. Let's see what we have. That's Blossom. The giant toast. Now see, this is something I would never probably buy. Cheese garlic bread, a big thick Texas toast, 5,500 won. No. Then Gorgonzola pizza, that looks more like a piece of naan with some cheese on it. Here's a coffee roaster in there, so at least it's fresh coffee, or reasonably fresh. We have a coffee bean over here. More cafes than you know what to do with. Angel and Us coffee on this side of the streets, so this is the Lotte coffee shop, adjacent to a Starbucks. Just crazy. Just crazy. I see that is it a graffiti pub restaurant. They're gearing up for a little bit later. Somewhere along this street, I actually met Mike Durkee at one time to record an episode for his podcast, and we just had a few beers. We have a Jamba Juice here. Well, two in the same area. That's quite different. Next to a 7-Eleven. The Sandwich to share. Sandwich delivery service and fresh juice. No one's in there. Looks like a Subway ripoff. Junto Bipim. So looks like you have mixed rice and maybe an egg and a piece of bread. Interesting. I might have to find that one day and do a little review, because that is a little tasty morsel I have not seen before. And as you know, I am all about the food. No street lights, so you just kind of make your way into the area, heading towards the Ala Tower. And we're getting closer to the area that I know best, the part that really has a lot of food. I'm going to show you my favorite makgeolli house. Hopefully this weekend Joe and I can meet some friends and come up here for some makgeolli. Really good hemolpajan, hemol cheese tteokbokki. Oh, my mouth is just watering thinking about it. All right. So this is more a big business type area. Regent Marine. Now up here, so back where I started from, that's more of the Bundang station. More of the Bundang station area, and this area coming up here is actually the Gangnam station, the line 2 portion of it. And right up here, Ala Tower, where I'm headed, a big mega box, and that's one of the chains. So here in Korea, you typically have 3 main theater chains: Megabox, CGV, and Lotte Cinemas. Those are the 3 big ones. And I think I'm actually going to have to go down and under to get there. So we'll actually go through a little of Gangnam Station to get to the other side. I took the bus here, and I guess I could have gotten off at a different stop. So heading down the escalator, Gangnam Station. Busiest subway station in Seoul. A lot of shops are not even open yet. That's a department store there. The leggings here, a little shopping. I've shown you the extensive shopping here in Gangnam Station before. Example of some of the ads we have for corrective surgery here. And of course, the With Me convenience store. Come with me. Shop with me. All right. Coming up, number 9. Some coupons. Apartment sales. All right. So, of course, another Starbucks. Now that portion, if you walk down there, we get to the Krispy Kreme and Shinonyonyok. So I'm going to walk down this street and maybe some of the other back alleys on the way towards Shinonyon Station. So we have a franchise here that sells onigiri. And I find that really odd. So you have samgap kimbap, a triangle kimbap. And then you actually have onigiri. So in Korea, samgap kimbap is always, always, always triangle with a lever seaweed on the outside. But onigiri doesn't have the lever on the outside. And that's the difference here in Korea. Ma's Burger. Whoops, sorry about that. Ma's Burger. That looks pretty tasty. Never eaten at Ma's Burger. I might have to do that one time. So we have Yomenya Gomon, Japanese spaghetti. What the hell is Japanese spaghetti? My Japan viewers out there, is that a Japanese chain? Looks like a noodle dish, no broth. Interesting. Interesting dishes. To me, spaghetti is Italian food, pure and simple. So here, all these different restaurants, all these places you can go and eat. So many different places. Club there, the Clay Cage, the Bear. I think this is where Mike and I had our beers during his podcast. And I love the name. So it says, The Bear, European Premium Club. Excellent food and beer, The Bear. And then the Hangul says, The Bear. I love it. Whenever, and it's open from 5, no, we didn't go here. We wanted to go here, but we didn't. It's open from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. and Sundays 5 p.m. to midnight. But yeah, no, I love it. Duh. Well, yeah, what I want to say is whenever I hear of the Bears, I always think of the old Saturday Night Live sketches with John Goodman and everybody. The Bears. So, shopping, 8 seconds. And a lot of times, when you're coming to these restaurants, in these alleys, you'll come up and you'll see a lot of them are in the basement areas. So this is a quote-unquote Korean traditional restaurant. So sundae-guk, so sundae, the blood sausage, soup, suyuk, almost like a bosam, a nice little sampler plate there. What do we have over here? Squid rolls. Squid rolls sundae. It's good. Modom. Really good. Oh, that looks really, really good. The fried stuff here. Oh. Doing these walk and talks as it appears close to lunchtime is sometimes very problematic. I see all the food, all the places I could go. What do we have here? Loteria. Seriously, Korea Loteria. I want the Titan. I want the Titan. I want the massive 10 patty burger. Please. Or Loteria Japan. Fly me to Tokyo. I want to have it. So what we have here? So we have Satorushi. Skillet. It looks like it, and it's served. It's served in a shovel. I love it. Bulgogi pajan. So pajan is typically thought of as the Korean pancake. It's a deep fried batter type thing made with green onions. That's what pie is. It's green onions. But this looks like it has beef in it. That's really good. Cheese dombok. Oh, this looks good too. That looks really good. Oh, so you have beef in there. Lots of cheese. Gochu jangshige. That looks so good. So chili paste with maybe some spam or tofu in there and some pieces of meat and some noodles. See, I mean, that food just looks so good. So tasty. So tasty. Kona Beans, which I still have yet to go to because I have so much coffee. Kona Beans is a franchise here in Korea specializing in Kona coffee. And from what I hear, it's pretty good. Sometimes I almost fall down. And more things as we get down that way. You can head down here. It's so different. You saw the American Apparel there. Really quick before I go down the street. So we have Coffee Smith, and I forgot the restaurant that's up here, but you come down this street and Butterfinger Pancakes is right next to the Burger King right here. And Butterfingers is a very popular pancake and brunch type restaurant. So if you're looking for a Western style breakfast, that's the place to go. It's not cheap. I will tell you, it's not cheap. So if you're looking to save money, don't go there. But the food is halfway decent. You get a big, really American style breakfast there. Oh yeah, so it's right by the Uri Bank, by Gangnam Station. So we have pomato, typical Korean food, hand cooking dining pub, wararara. A Bosam restaurant. Yeah. Love Asahi beer. Another izakaya. And we have a room soju hof. Blue. I don't know if they have blue balls there. We have a Shaba Shaba restaurant here. I haven't been to this one. I'll have to go. So even though you pronounce it shabu shabu, it's in Korean it's shaba shaba. And from what William Cho told me, the reason why is that shabu is close to an inappropriate word or a word that doesn't have positive connotation. So they've changed the Hangul a little bit. Saboten And I like the food at Sableton, but I don't particularly find it all affordable. So like for example, here in the middle, we have a mozzarella cheese cutlet, not even like a true donkasu. All right, here we go. Here we have it set up here. So here we have a normal donkasu set. So we have the pork cutlet, rice, some broth, and some noodles, and it's 12 bucks. You can go to a normal Korean restaurant like down the street, and instead of 12 bucks, it's 4 or 5. And you're just paying for the franchise name. It's ridiculous. Cafe Nescafe, new brow beer. I haven't been there. That looks like it's fairly new. Again, a basement bar, Smoothie King, yet another Starbucks. El Blue, beautiful seafood and salad. Olive Young, Hot Sun Chicken. I've actually had Hot Sun Chicken before. My friends and I came out here one night and we actually, during the evening times, they set up tables in this outside area instead of parking. Well, go there. An izakaya and another room hot soju. Sexy cooking. Oh yes. All right, so what else we have here? Photo booth and candy area, which is always nice. And then as we get down here, we get more of the pubs and the bars. So Lose Control, Shine Bar. And you have to be careful when going into these because a lot of these places will actually be hostess clubs. So not really what we consider Western bars, but hostess clubs. Icon Lounge. The second floor up here is a very popular franchise. Not as popular as it once was, but it's called Fish and Grill. And they don't really have a lot of fish items there, but it actually is a halfway decent place. And I like going there because of their soju cocktails. Very fruitful and tasty. Not to be distracted, but we have Sexy Cookie. Sexy Cookie. Maybe that has to be the thumbnail. Yes! Sexy Cookie with lingerie. And since I've been in Korea, this is really something that maybe 5 years ago you wouldn't see as prominent anymore. Sweet Girl. Haesung. Yes. And then Young Emotional Story. And the thing that always strikes me as funny is that, you know, Korea is a very conservative country in a lot of respects, but you have this ad and here she is in her bra, and then you focus in on the crotch and her pants are peeled away. It just shows really how fast the social mores and values have changed and what is and is not appropriate. Popular Ho bar. Ho, of course, from the Hokkien word new. And of course, it's too bad it's closed. One of my favorite places to come. Feats of strength. Kicking the ball. I bet, you know, I don't have any 500. Oh, you can do a bill. I think I will have to do some of this. Oh well, I couldn't find a place. I don't have a tripod with me, so I couldn't find a place to really set up the camera. But this is one of my favorite games of all time. You pull this down, and the electronic voice will say, "Pull down the punch bag," and then you have to really punch it as hard as you can, as hard as you can. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. This is another punching game here. But you go inside for the bullseye thing, and I really don't know if you can actually see in there. It's so dark. You have BB guns and a batting cage, and like all carny games, if you score a certain number of points, you can get a prize, and you can trade up prizes after that. I really do like them. It's a great way to kind of have some fun with your friends. Joe and I will usually come here and play a few rounds. The point value that's required to get a prize there is substantially higher than what it is in Dongtan. So I don't like that. Now this is something I'll have to show. I did it when I first came to Korea. I haven't showed it in a while. But the Garten Hofen restaurant, you can see the sign there where it says 4 degrees Celsius. You can kind of see on the table up there the different kinds of cups, and each one of those is a different value. So they have all the way up to a yard of beer, and the cups themselves are in the table, and they're cool to 4 Celsius, so your beers always stay cold. And you can kind of see this little icon right here. So Garten beer since 2003, and really unique glasses that you drink out of, and it just sits right on the table. It's pretty cool. Joza is a very popular franchise here in Korea for just basic tteokbokki and twigum and some other foods. Nothing too different or special, but they're everywhere. I've actually seen them sometimes in Home Pluses and the like. And here we are, Walmanage Hamak. This is our favorite makgeolli house. Right down here. I'm hoping to come here tonight. Right in there. Right downstairs. Oh wow. This is cool. So he's going in here. It's subterranean parking, and the whole thing is an elevator. And then they close the door, puts it in park, and then he goes to the parking garage itself down below. And you can see because the red light is full, the mirror in the front will help you get to where you need to be. And then when you come up, you just get raised up and come out. Really brilliant. I've always wanted to go in one of those. But let's take a look at the restaurant here. So the menu itself is all in Hangul. So if you come to one of these places, they usually do not have an English menu. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't. But they have a set menu where you can get like 2 items on there. When we come here, really good dongdongju, fantastic, really tasty dongdongju, local version of makgeolli. We get the haemo pajan, and they have haemo cheese tteokbokki, which is so tasty. Well, we usually go through 2 or 3 things of makgeolli, and I would say that runs us maybe about $60. Really good. Yet another bar. You can see the price, so not cheap. Not cheap if you want spirits. Teeny weeny, all that bear. Hip Hop Club NB. And at night, these places are popping. So many people that sometimes you just can't really get around easily. It's the modern bar. Wine, whiskey, cocktail, beer. Latte King, Wabar. I've not seen as many Wabars. It's almost like Wabar is slowly fading away. Fry pans down there, great fried chicken. One of my favorite places to go. The luxury room, open 24 hours a day. The highest singing entertainment. Yeah. Perhaps you won't be singing in there, you'll be doing something else. So this is a very interesting statue. I have never seen this before. I have never seen that before. Someone once told me that there was an ordinance in Gangnam that if your building was over 6 stories tall, you had to have a statue in front of it as a way to beautify. And then gotta watch where you walk, Steve. Gotta watch where you walk. And then this goes out to this main street over here. So more restaurants, another Starbucks, Gongcha CU, and come up to Petty Baguette right here. And this Perry Baguette is huge. That is actually a fairly substantially sized Perry Baguette. Pasta, steak, pizza, wine. Izakaya. Cafe Drop Top. Drop Top cafes are really showing up all over the place. Ooh. Croquets, cheese, vegetable, ham, red bean and shrimp. Is there potato? I had one of those once when I was heading up to, I believe, TBS radio one day. Banana fry, boutique buffet. Not expensive. Between 19 and 33. The Starbucks. Gongcha. Another Saboten. I don't think there's as much diverse things in this part of the city compared to last week where we did the area outside Suwon Station. But still, a really good mix. The other side, I think, has more of the restaurants. This side has more of the clubs. I still wish I could find that really good makgeolli place on the other side of the street. Well, this is nothing to shake a stick at. A budae-jjigae place right here. And well, I have bosam as well. 24 hours budae-jjigae. Maybe I'll go there for lunch. I haven't had that in a long time. Holly's Coffee, another franchise. As I said, more franchises than you know what to do with. Bonka. Get some gamjatang, beef rib soup, and samgyeopsal 24 hours a day. A lot of the restaurants in this area will be 24 hours a day. Seoul, you know, they say New York is the city that never sleeps. And really, I disagree with that. Seoul is a city that never sleeps. So many places, 24 hours a day. It is the norm. I'm always surprised when places are closed. I just never expect to find a place closed. So we're coming up to the street here. I'll make a right-hand turn. When I was coming into Seoul today, I couldn't remember the Boshintang restaurant was still open. I thought maybe the time had finally come that it had closed down. But see, it used to be right over there, but I don't see it anymore. I don't see it. Then we come up here, and we're at Kyobo Tower, Shinnon Station. Line number 9. I really can't wait for line number 9 to continue all the way out to Olympic Park. That'll be nice. I wonder if there'll be a new Olympic Park in Pyeongchang when the 2018 Olympics come. So we have a twosome place here with Hana Bank, and then on the other side of the corner with Kyobo Tower and the Uri Bank, there's another twosome place. Very interesting. Very interesting. And oh, looks like somebody's getting McDonald's. Yes, it is close to lunchtime. So here, up close and personal, the McDonald's scooter. And I love how they have little crash guards there. Now, this is how mail is delivered in Korea. The postal employees ride the scooters. They have all the mail in back here. And that's it. No little jeeps, no fancy things. It is a very small place. Oh, that's not what I want to say. It's a very tiny vehicle. And it's really designed so they can weave in and out of traffic and get to places like this in a timely manner. Which, in the winter, in the United States, being a postal employee, being a mailman was always a coveted job because you're guaranteed a job for life, a great pension. I don't think you could pay me enough money to go out wearing slickers and trying to deliver mail when it's ice and snow and windy. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So here we have Kyobo Tower, one of the biggest bookstores in this part of Seoul. There's other Kyobo Tower bookstores, but this is the one big landmark. And I'm gonna end the walk and talk just about here. Over the last few months, they've put up a number of new restaurants, and one that I was really surprised to see come here was none other than dun 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 dun. Let's see if we can do this. Get out of the sun. There we go. That's right. Maybe you still can't see it. California Pizza Kitchen. I did not expect to see the California Pizza Kitchen here. So anyway, here we go. Sure. Side, there you go. CPK on the second floor. I was really surprised at that. You have the parking greeters there, making sure that everyone orderly goes in, because traffic here is a real pain. Oh, I didn't even see this before. I have an Audi, and I need to go into Kyobo. So I'm just gonna pull in here and park and stop. Yeah, I'm too cheap to actually go in the parking garage. But I have an Audi, and I'm gonna park there. Alright. Alright, my friends. Thank you for joining me this week on the Walk and Talk. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, stay true to yourself and always be awesome.